Good morning. I thought I would do a little live on me cleaning the bottoms of these that I poured last night, since I did a video on these last night. So this is the dried version of these. And so normally at nighttime when I pour, by the morning, they are dry. It's been about 8 hours. So I'm just going to try to set it up so I can kind of show you how I clean the bottoms a bit. Not too sure how this is going to look, but you know, give it a go. Give it a try. Sorry if my oven looks a little dirty. My bad. Okay, so pretty much I just grab a rock. I'm gonna turn it over and I'm gonna show you how I clean the bottom of it if I can get that clearly in here. Let's see, technical difficulties. Okay, so basically the rock is still wet on the bottom, so I just get the brush and I kind of smooth it over so that it looks smooth on the bottom. Oh, that's my daughter. I don't use the rack to dry it on, only because I just don't want the grid lines. So usually if I smooth it like this, it's nice and smooth. If I lay it back upside down on a nice piece of foil, which I didn't have ready, but I'm going to lay down a clean piece of foil, then it usually dries really well and it doesn't leave any lines on it. And get the next one on there. So here's the next one. See how it looks a little smudgy on there and there's some spots that aren't covered? I'm just going to get my brush and I'm going to cover those little spots that aren't covered and then smooth it through. And it leaves a good spot if it's nice and smooth for you to put the name of your hiding group or whatever you want to put on the bottom of it. So it's nice and smooth. Then I lay that on foil. Again, I apologize, my oven's a little dirty there. Grab another rock and then we'll look at the bottom of that one. So when I lay flat I can clean up all around it, but I can't clean under it until the rock's dried. So basically I'm just getting the brush and I'm just smoothing it over. And you know when you paint rocks, you don't really look at the other side of the rock, so it's the same thing when you pour rocks. You're really only wanting to pour and design the top of the rock, not the bottom of the rock. Good morning! Okay, might be only be able to do one more because she wants a little water or something, so hang tight 1 second, let me grab that. You want some juice? Want some water? Yes, you're thirsty. Oh, you want orange juice? Yeah, come on. Alright, sorry about that. Daughter needed orange juice, so I had to get the orange juice. Alright. Just gonna grab another one. I'm gonna just do a few. You get the idea like what I'm doing as far as the cleaning up part, but everybody has a different way to do things. My preference is just because I don't want to drop them or transport them in a different spot. I just like them flat, so I don't like the drippy edges, so I just try to make sure it's nice and smooth on the bottom. It's nice and smooth, and I'm laying it back down on a dry piece of foil here. I'm going to grab another one, and when I grab them, I'm trying to grab them, let me show you what I do just so you can kind of see. Kind of just to check them, I kind of try to grab them and touch them a little bit, and I kind of touch the sides just because if they are really wet still, you don't want to mess them up. So I kind of know this one's dry already. I'll kind of set up to clean it up on there. Put this right here, I don't want to drop it. So I'm just going to flip it over, and that's the bottom of it. Anything excess that's really thick, I'll just wipe on a piece of foil that I have near me. Sometimes it's a bit thick, so you don't want to leave it all thick on there. So I just smoothing it dry. I try not to go around these edges because sometimes these edges are still wet and it still has a poured look, so I smooth it out. Put this one down. I'm going to grab 2 more to do and then I'll wrap it up. Really, I just wanted to kind of show you how I smooth the bottoms, because sometimes it's like, how do you do that? You know, what do you do with the bottoms? Do you pour on the bottoms? I mean, to be honest, you know, when you pour canvas, you don't pour the other side of the canvas. You only pour the front of the canvas. So it makes sense that you really wouldn't pour on both sides, because initially the look of it's only on the top of it, not on the bottom of it. And I kind of like it to sit flat and even, so if I pour a different way, I tend to get drips, and I don't like drips. I like it nice and smooth. Okay, so then I'm going to put that down on a nice piece of foil here. Let me grab another one, just one more, and then I'll show you the little pumpkin thing I did and show you how that looks this morning. And I'm just using the same brush on all of them. They're the similar colors, so I'm just smoothing it around on the bottom. It's nice and smooth. This little area right here didn't get any paint, so I'm just going to fill in a little bit of the paint on there. Just try to go slowly so I can make it look good. I'll put that to the side. Okay, one more just to continue with the showing. And sometimes it looks like that when you pull them over. But as long as you do it the morning after, it's still a little wet in there and you can smooth it out. So I try just to only really touch the bottoms of them. I'm just going to use my flat brush just to flatly smooth them. So I'm putting that down. Thought this would be a good day to do that since I did the video yesterday. Just kind of wrap it up. This is the pumpkin. It came out really cool, and the way I poured it, I don't really have any drippies on the bottom. It's just on the bottom it's clear, so I'm just going to let that sit there to dry. So just wanted to show you guys just a little bit of the cleaning of the bottom. So I'm not going to really do them all, but get the idea. And then I could show you the rocks I did last night, how they look dried. And they look really cool, just as cool dried as they did wet. And do know that when they do dry, they do look a tiny bit duller. You know, it just happens that it does that. It looks wet, and then when you dry them, it looks a little bit dull. And so once you put the sealer on them again, then it starts to pop again and they're just as shiny. Okay, Angie asked me, she said she always seems to have a rimmer on the bottom. Am I not cleaning enough with the paint off? Sometimes I do notice that it has to do with that. If you leave a large amount of the paint and you don't wipe it off, you do get the lip. Or if you put it back down on the foil and it's a, I wouldn't want to say dirty piece of foil, but if it's not clean, then sometimes it does that. You can always use a little razor to go around the edges to clean off the bottom. Let me grab one more rock just so I can do the last little cleanup on one, and then we'll wrap it up. So that's the bottom of that one right there. I don't have a lot of paint on the bottom of this one, I can kind of tell, so I'm just going to kind of smooth it through. But that little lip that you get sometimes, you can always use a little razor and clean it up that way. Smooth it out. And you can always do the bottoms a different color. You could do gold. I mean, you could, if you wanted the bottom to look really pretty, I mean, I've done gold on the bottoms and they look really cool. It's just I don't want to waste the paint on the bottom if it's just for the bottoms. Okay, and that's the bottom of that one. I'm going to put it down, clean piece. Okay, well, you guys have a great day. I just wanted to kind of wrap these two together so that if I have to do or share a tutorial with other people, then I know that there's at least 2 parts. The first part I already posted, and that's the actual pouring part from last night. And then this was just the wrap up on cleaning the bottoms, because it gets confusing on doing the tops and then doing the bottoms. So, and then I'll say bye. My daughter will say bye. I'll say, see you later. Say bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
All right. See you later. I'll try to do another pouring video, but do check the one I did out last night. I felt like it was a really good one. I mean, it's a little lengthy, but I mean, I felt like it was a fun tutorial with the people that were watching it. Whoever gets to watch after the fact, I mean, it's still just as good. I'll try to respond later throughout the day if you do have questions on those. All right. Again, this is my favorite. I really like this one. Not sure what I'm going to do with it, take it to work or whatever, but it looks really cool. So I enjoyed pouring that one. That one was fun. All right. Have a great day. Enjoy and have fun pouring.